Hey YouTube, sorry my video was frozen at the beginning for, oh goodness, it's still frozen. The struggle is real. Hey YouTube, sorry my video was frozen for basically, oh, it's frozen again. Are we good now? Sorry, the first 30 seconds of this video have been It's just gonna keep freezing. I should probably just stop apologizing. Anyway, let's jump right to this video. This is going to be I guess we'll call it date night, get ready with me. So it is Friday the 24th and we had Jump Rope for Heart today, and it was just a great week of teachers effectively teaching and students continuously learning at my school. That's one of our mottos. And I'm getting ready to go out. I usually don't go out during like after work, but I'm going out with a coworker to have some dinner, hang out, chill. And after Jump Rope for Heart though, I was so sweaty. I was like, I need to take a shower. So I just washed my face, my body, my everything, and my face is nice and toned using my toner that I showed in my favorites, my favorite favorites. And just showing you guys kind of what my skin looks like now. It's been a while. So let's jump right into the makeup. I'm not going to prime. I don't feel like it. So the foundation I'm going to wear tonight, I would say tonight, is the new Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation. I have the shade Espresso 378C. I'm also wearing a Wet n Wild nail polish called Haze of Love, I believe. Has something to do with love. But yeah, I have something in my eye, that's why I keep doing this. I also made some coffee. Also, my thing that I use to tie my edges is a little bit too tight, and it's really kind of bothering me a little bit how tight it is. All right, let's jump into this foundation. I want to keep this on for a few more minutes. Just shaking it up. Again, I have the shade Espresso 378. This foundation retails for, is it $5.99? Yes, $5.99. I got it at Walgreens, found it at Walgreens. And I'm just splattering a very liberal amount all around my face. That is more than enough foundation for the look I'm going for tonight, which I'm not even sure what it is, but we're going to figure it out as we go along. I have a freshly washed, dampened beauty blender, and we're going to just blend this into the skin. I know it comes off a super strange, weirdish green color on camera, but it really does blend flawlessly into my natural skin tone and complexion, though it doesn't look like it. It looks really scary. And I'm just gonna beauty blend this all over. I'm going over my eyelids because I do plan to wear eyeshadow tonight. Goodness gracious, time is flying. I need to leave by 6:30. It's 5:38. Going across the border to Georgia. 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 Georgia's on my mind. Yes. Okay. Hallelujah. It's really funny because sometimes in my class during music, we'll do some sort of activity that has lots of like clapping and stomping in it, and then my kids like automatically start like playing church because they clap and stomp at their church. I personally, at my church, we don't clap and stomp. But you know, yeah, at their churches they do. Some of my students, so it's always really funny because then they'll start shouting and stuff, and it's real funny. And then the other kids who don't know, you know, that don't go to church or haven't experienced that, look at us like we're crazy, but I always think it's hilarious. Because like all the kids realize what's happening all of a sudden at one time, and they all start to do it. So it's not I can really prevent it because I'm just into the music. I don't really realize that it kind of sounds like church until it's too late, and then they're all stomping and clapping and hollering and being silly. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because it's hurting me. But it's been on for a good 5 to 7 minutes, I would say. And my edges are nice and laid. I'm just going to beauty blend over my edges as well with whatever is left over on my beauty blender. I really like the way this foundation makes my skin look. I really like the color match of it. I also like how light it is on the skin. It doesn't really feel like you have anything on. It's just really awesome and amazing. So now I'm going to go on with one of my favorite powders right now at the moment. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the Black Radiance or if I want to do the LA Girl Pro. Let's go in with the Black Radiance powder. This is the Black Radiance pressed powder. I believe these are on for $3.99 or $4.99. I have the shade Warm Hazelnut 8619. My true perfect shade is chocolate, but I cannot find it in the store, so I need to order it online. The brush I'm going to use to apply it is a NYX NYX brush. It's their number 3 brush. And I really like this because it's so big and fluffy, but also kind of dense. So it really grabs product and you can just pack it and press it onto the skin. And I'm using this powder to set my entire face anywhere that has foundation on it. I'm setting it with this powder by pressing it into my skin all over. And if you see some places that have more powder than others, that's okay, because I'll buff it all out and get right at the end of me applying powder. So you can see half my face is powdered and just like how matte it is. I love a matte look because I have oily skin. So I prefer a matte look. Matte foundation, mattifying powder, mattifying primers. I'm about that matte. I'm all about that matte, no dewy. Yeah. I like to add artificial glow to my skin because it naturally decides to glisten and gleam when my oils bust through. So I start off looking kind of, sometimes I can start off the day looking kind of casket-y, powdery, cakey, but after a couple hours, the makeup really settles into my skin beautifully because my oils start to come through and mix and mesh. All right, so I think we have enough powder. I feel like everything's set pretty well. I'm also tapping over my edges a little bit. You can see I go over my ears. I also go a little bit behind my ears. Make sure you go under the chin. Blend into the neck a little bit. Just want everything to be nice and seamless. Oops, knocking over my setup. Let's see, the color balances. There we go, I'm back. Ha, I look so scary. All right, so now that everything is set, I just go ahead and I keep pressing with the brush and knocking off any excess powder if there's any on top of my skin and not pressed into the skin. And then once I feel like that's good, I like to take the beauty blender that I just used to apply my foundation and I go over my skin with that. And since it is damp and it has a little bit of, you know, leftover foundation on it, it just helps the powder kind of sink in even more before my oils get to it, and just make sure that everything is really in there. Also, that powder adds a little bit of additional coverage, so it helps to cover up anything that maybe that one layer of foundation didn't cover up. I would say that that foundation is the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation that I just put on my face is a medium plus coverage. You can build it up to full coverage if you just apply more, if you do multiple layers, but I just like to apply one layer of it most of the time. Or sometimes I'll layer it with other foundations, which I did earlier today with my Kat Von D, because it is so lightweight and gives such a natural finish. So yeah, I blend a lot just because I love complexion and skin stuff, and that's like my favorite part of doing makeup. Alright, so now that my skin is all nice and evened out and flawless, the next thing I like to do is to highlight. I haven't really been into contouring as of late. I've just been kind of skipping the whole contour. And for tonight, I want to shine bright. So I'm going to use one of my favorite highlighters, and it's from this Carli Bybel palette with BH Cosmetics, her collaboration with BH Cosmetics. And if you've been watching me for a while, you already know that I love this deep bronze highlight over here. It looks beautiful on deeper skin tones, and it really does shine bright. So the brush I'm going to use to apply this to my nose and my cupid's bow and my brow bone is going to be this Coastal Scents random brush. It's like an angled small little brush like this, and I'm just going to dip into that highlight, and I'm going to start with the bridge of my nose. I'm using the lightest amount of pressure. This stuff is so beautiful though. It is the most beautiful bronzy gold shade, and it looks so good on deeper skin. As you can see, my highlight is definitely popping. Have I mentioned how much I love this foundation? I really do love it. I'm kind of blending it just a little bit. Boom. And some of you are probably like, that looks really harsh. I prefer a little bit more of a harsher highlight when it comes to the center, like the center of my face, as in the cupid's bow of my nose. I don't know, I just kind of prefer a little bit more harsh. But I do soften up a little bit. You'll see what I do. Alright, so now I'm going to go to the brow bone area. And I like to use a smaller brush for this just because it fits perfectly. And I like to just go ahead and kind of blend it out. Just to have that nice glow there. I need to wash my brushes. That's on my to-do list for this weekend, tomorrow morning. So I just go ahead and highlight the brow bone, get that nice glow going. And then for my cheekbones, I use a e.l.f. blush brush, this brush like this, and I dip into the same old highlight, and then I just go in on the cheekbones, and I just blend this highlighter, so beautiful, onto my cheekbones. And like I said, I like a strong highlight. Even for my natural look, I use quite a bit, and I like it to be there. I don't care if you can see it. I mean, I want you to see it. Why else would I be putting it on? But I don't care if it's like strong or aggressive. That's what I prefer. Because I do feel like my highlight tends to fade throughout the day. Today it really didn't though. Earlier today, you saw the makeup I put on this morning on my snap. And with this brush, I also like to kind of take it into my temple-ish area a little bit, just a little bit up here. You know, I don't want to put too much up here because you've got a big forehead and I get oily. But I just like to, you know, kind of dab a little bit up there. And you just see how that glow just like is coming through. So time for the other side. Yes. I really do love eyeliner. And I am a weirdo. For those of you who haven't been watching me for long, my new subbies, what up? And I get a little crazy, especially after a full work week. And then I drank half a beer, and now I'm drinking coffee. So I have alcohol in my system, and I put a lot of sugar and creamer in my coffee. So a lot of sugar in my system. And we had our Black History Month lunch today. So I had black eyed peas and rice, some plain old rice, some good old green beans, some cornbread, some fried chicken, some baked macaroni. It was so good. So I'm feeling good. You know, I've been fed, I've been restored. I've worked hard this week. I love that I work for my money. Like, I don't want to judge people's jobs, but I feel like sometimes like jobs that are easier, I guess, are not as intense as mine are. I like feeling like I worked hard for my money, earned my money. Like, I work at my job. I work very hard to be the best music teacher that I can be. And I love that feeling of like just being exhausted at the end of the day because like I feel like I did something. You know what I mean? You know, anybody know what I mean? So I don't know. Comment below what you think about that. I like that. I enjoy that. And I really do miss my students on the weekends sometimes. Like when Monday comes, it's kind of refreshing to see them again. It's like, oh, I've kind of missed you guys. I actually like love you, kids. Yeah, kiddos. So, yeah, you can tell I'm such a teacher. And they know I miss them too. They're like, we know you love us, Miss Ishman. Sometimes you yell, but we know that you love us. Yes. Okay, so with whatever's left over, I'm just taking right above the arch of my brow. Y'all see what I'm doing here. Just blending it. All right, so we're done highlighting. After I'm done highlighting, that's it for complexion. I literally do foundation, sometimes primer, foundation, set my foundation, and highlight. I really have not been into contouring or anything else as of late. Sorry, guys. My ear was really itchy on the inside. Okay. Next, moving on to brows. I like to use this Wet n Wild MegaLast Retractable Eyeliner in black. I have been loving this for my brows, and it's so quick and it's so fast and it's just easy. I'm not really into... I like to simplify makeup. I feel like that's one thing about my videos that I feel like people can benefit from, because there's so many different YouTubers, so I keep it very simple. I feel like I keep my makeup very practical. Alright, so you're going to see the magic that is about to occur. So that's pretty much my updated foundation routine, what I just did. Also, something that made me really happy today is that, well, every day for Black History Month, I've been talking about a different musician of our Black History Month musician of the day. And I've been going through the alphabet. And the other day, for the letter K, I talked about Nat King Cole. And they had a Black History Month contest at my school. And the 3rd through 5th graders, their competition was that they had to write an essay about, you know, an African American person, and then I guess the best essay is the one that won. And one of the girls, one of my students, came up to me today and said that she decided to write about Nat King Cole, and that her teacher loved the essay. And it just made me happy inside. I was like, my heart smiled. I was like, out of all the people you could choose, you know, of course, like Harriet Tubman and Dr. Martin Luther King and Barack Obama and Malcolm X, and, you know, all of the, I don't want to say stereotypical, but your more well-known mainstream people that get talked about for Black History Month, she chose somebody that she learned about in my music class. And that made me feel so amazing. Because, like, she listened and then she applied that outside of my classroom. You know what I mean? Like, dog, I was feeling like, I told her, I was like, girl, you made me, I'm crying happy tears inside. You know, thank you for, you know, taking what I say seriously. Because when I talked about Nat King Cole, I talked about how, you know, he grew up during, you know, segregation, and how he just wasn't really feeling it. Like, he wanted to work with the best musicians no matter what they look like, and he respected musicians no matter what they look like. And even though he felt that way, sometimes his audience and others around him in the musical entertainment industry did not feel that way, and they thought that, you know, the brown people need to stay down with the brown, and that the white needed to stay with the white people. And I told him, you know, he didn't believe that. He wanted everybody to be together just like we are here in our classroom. He thought everybody should be together because we can learn from each other and we're all equal. So because he had that view and some other people didn't like it, they would beat him up. But And I was showing them like all these pictures of him, and I was like, does he look sad in any of these pictures? And honestly, he didn't. He had a big smile on his face, like he just exudes joy. And I was like, this man went through so many obstacles. Like people literally almost beat him to death for being a black musician and performing with white musicians, or just integrating his ensemble, the people that he worked with and stuff. But he did not let that stop him from pursuing his dream. And I was like, that's one thing that I love about him. And I was like, and his daughter is the same way, Natalie Cole, who passed away. But I got to see perform live. I said, and his daughter, you know, she took that with her. I said, you know, she had hepatitis B or C, whichever one, and she was really sick. But even though she was sick, you see her singing on the stage, you know, and I got to see her perform like literally, I think the same year she died or the year before she died, very near to when she died. And that's kind of how I spoke about him. I try to make it practical to their life. You know, sometimes things are hard and they may not come easy, but that doesn't mean that you give up. Sometimes people aren't going to like what you have planned for your life or what you're trying to do, but that doesn't mean you should give up because it's hard or because people hate on you. You know, if that's what you want to do and you know that it's the right thing to do, you should always do it. And I can't believe she wrote about that. It just made me really happy. So I thought I would share that with you guys. Stories from the Field, first year teacher edition. So I am spending a little bit more time on my brows just because I got on that rant about Nat King Cole with one of my students. It normally just takes me a couple minutes. And I have a little bit of time. I have a little bit extra time. Usually when I have more time, I spend more time doing my makeup. And when I don't, I just go faster. I think almost all people are kind of like that. So what kind of eye look do I want to do? I love how I just went from talking about Nat King Cole and Black History Month and like civil rights and integration in the entertainment industry to what eyeshadow look I'm going to wear. But you know, that's just the kind of woman I am. I like makeup, but I love music and I love, you know, my job and I love teaching kids about that type of stuff because it's important. Oh, we're also watching The Wiz in my class, which is pretty cool because Lena Horne plays Glenda, the Good Witch of the South, in it. And she was the first African-American woman to get a long-term Hollywood contract. And Michael Jackson is in it before he died, which the kids like were super excited about seeing him. You know, everybody loves Michael Jackson. And just like all these other black people that they didn't really know about. So it like ties in perfectly for Black History Month. And we work on like making predictions, like I'll stop the movie and we'll discuss like the musical genre, like what genre of music is this, like what do you like about this music, what instruments do you hear in this song, like how many singers are singing, is there harmony or is there just a melody, is it, I make it educational in all sorts of ways. Loving my brows, like this thing right here, Wet and Wild, I love it. Please don't ever stop making it. And this lasts on me too. Like it doesn't fade, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't budge. It just stays great and awesome. I love it. And I love it. And I love it. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. Oh, that's so funny. I had to be the DJ for Jump Rope for Harp, and those kids were telling me to play all sorts of songs. So now I'm going back over with the powder brush from earlier just to blend out my highlight a little bit. Just to make sure that it's not, looking too cray-cray. Just kind of go over it. Just soften it up a little bit, Yeah, they asked me to play all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm like, that's not school appropriate. That's not school appropriate. I can't play that. Sometimes I do I'll play a ratchet song for like 10 seconds before it gets too bad, and then I'll change it. Because I do want them to enjoy themselves, and I want them to know I value their opinions, but, it can't be, you gotta keep it PG, school. All right, so that's it for complexion and my brows. Let's move on to eyes. I don't even know what I'm going to wear. All I know is that I want this to be a drugstore look, so let's go into the Shaaaanxo palette because I really do enjoy this palette and I really do like it a lot. And I'm looking at this weird like line. My foundation looks so strange on camera, like the shade, like you see that weirdness. But in real life, it looks like a perfect match. All right, so let's use this palette just because it's conveniently placed. This is another BH Cosmetics YouTube collaboration. This is the Shaaaanxo palette with 9 lipsticks on one side and then 9 eyeshadows. We're going to use her eyeshadows. I'm going to use this color as a transition color. I'm going to do something real simple, something real quick, because I'm not really into eyeshadow like that right now. I haven't really been feeling it like that, you know what I mean, dog? So we're just going to pop that into the crease, and I'm using a Coastal Scents brush, I'm pretty sure. I like BH Cosmetics face brushes, and I like Coastal Scents eye brushes. That's what I've come to learn. Really love BH Cosmetics face brushes. Love Coastal Scents eye brushes. Probably can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm just placing this into the crease of my eye, this like burnt orangish kind of shade. I'm just putting that all in my crease, blending it as I go, just for the sake of time of this video. I don't want it to be too long. Let's try and keep it 45 minutes or less. Y'all know that when I do these real time, especially since I've been chatting and getting, sharing some stuff about my life with y'all, I go a little bit slower. Like I said, when I have more time, I spend more time. But it's 6:01 and I still have no idea what I'm gonna wear. But this eye look, I'm pretty sure, will match any sort of outfit, I'm thinking. We might have to pull from one other palette, and I already know it's going to be the e.l.f. and Jackie Aina collaboration. Let's just use some YouTube collaboration palettes that are very affordable. So yeah, I really do like the shadows in the Shaaaanxo palette though. Honestly, the lipsticks I could live without, but I really do like the eyeshadow selection and the colors. And I'm just placing this all in my crease. Okay. Again, that was the shade right here, that like reddish, brownish beautifulness. All right. Shout out to Naziha for this cup. University of Hawaii. She lived in Hawaii for 4 years. I consider that to be my home because that's where my heart is. I went through some things when I lived there, and it's helped me, become the person I am today. All right, moving in with our lid color. I'm going to use this color on my lid. It's like a beautiful pink champagne color. I'm using this e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush to apply this to my lid. Ooh, that's so pretty. And yeah, I'm really making sure to kind of pack it on. Onto my lid. It's really pretty. There you go. I'm like, hopefully y'all are seeing this. Really focusing on the inner and centermost part of my lid. The outer part doesn't have to be super opaque, but the inner and the center part, I definitely want it to be very opaque. Okay, eyeshadow, I see you. It's been so long since I've worn like a real eyeshadow look, such as what's happening this evening. There we go. All right. That's pretty. I'm really liking the way this is coming out. All right, so now I'm going to go back into that shade we used in the crease from the same palette. I'm just gonna blend that in, making sure that they blend together nicely. All right, I'm gonna go into this kind of grayish color down here in this palette. Can you see that? This like grayish color. I'm gonna put that on my outer crease using the same brush I used to apply the color to my crease that's right above it. So use this gray to kind of deepen things up. See how I like that? Kind of add some depth and shadow. You still might go into the Jackie Aina Elf palette. I kind of like that. I think I'm still gonna go into hers though. See, that adds just a little bit of definition to that outer V area. It really does look like a shadow because this is a true gray color. It's not black, it's not brown. It doesn't have a purple undertone to it or anything. It's just straight gray, like a slate color. All right, going back into the crease color, the reddish brown. Using the same brush. Using the same brush to me helps to blend multiple shadows together, and it just saves time. All right, with this same brush, I'm gonna go into this shade. I don't even know how to describe it from this palette on the end here. I don't know how to describe this. I just want to take some of that, and it's shimmery. I'm just gonna put that. Oh, that's nice. Kind of to blend the lid color into the gray that's deepening up the outer V area. So I'll put some of that in here. And I'm putting it in the crease too, because why not? All right, keeping this look really, really simple, I'm just going to apply the lid color, the more pinky one, pinky shade, right here to the inner corners of my eyes and a little bit onto the bottom lash line. And I love that it's so like, I love that it has a pink tone to it. I normally use my highlighter for the inner corner, but I want to use the shadow just because I feel like it ties the look together. And then I'm taking it on the bottom lash line just a little bit. Like so. I'm gonna wipe this brush off, or tap it off actually. I'm gonna go into that like purplish taupey lilac shimmery shade right here that I applied in the crease and the outer V. I'm gonna take that next on my lower lash line. And put that in the center of my lower lash line. Yeah, I really don't know how to describe this color. It's really pretty though. It's almost got like a purple-ish to it. Purplish look to it. And then lastly, I'm going to take the shade I used in the crease. This reddish brown. Not going to wipe off the brush. Like I said, same brush helps blending. And I'm going to apply that on the outermost part of my lower lash line. Just to kind of tie everything together. We got a really cool eye look going on. I don't really want to put any of that gray color down there. I want to keep the bottom lash line on the lighter side. All right, really loving the way this eye look came out. So I'm done with eyeshadow. So I don't want to do any liner either. So we're going to go straight into mascara. And the mascara I'm going to use is going to be the Covergirl, the SuperSizer in Berry Black. I typically only use black mascaras unless I accidentally buy one that isn't, which has happened to me a couple times. Not paying attention. All right. I've been kind of into no eyeliner look lately. I don't know, I've just been keeping it simple, you know? I kind of just like not wearing any liner, but it does make a difference when it comes to bringing the focus and attention to my eyes. Look at that, mascara really does make a difference. And I'm not going for super duper crazy lashes. We just want them to be visible. See, like that's probably all I'm gonna do. So that eye. I'm really warm, by the way. I've been warm this entire video. It was like 83 degrees today though. It was really warm. Definitely getting some summer vibes. I really like the way this eyeshadow turned out. Super simple, but still really pretty. Really nice date night colors. Like the rosy pinkish, pink champagne shade on the lids and a little bit of gray to add some depth to the outer corners. It's really pretty. Soft. Very soft. Look. All right. All right. Just gonna apply some mascara to the lower lashes now. And then all that's left is a lip color, which I'm thinking I want it to be Drugstore. I have so many, all my like favorite nude lipsticks are right here in front of me, and then I have a bag of nude lipsticks. I think I'm just gonna go with a, I kind of want to do a fun lip though, because I don't really get to do a super fun lip for school. I keep it pretty neutral for school, honestly, when it comes to my lips. I may do a red every now and again if I'm feeling it, you know, if I'm wearing like some SAI stuff, some of my fraternity stuff, or, you know, like Valentine's Day. I think I wear pink, lots of pink for Valentine's Day. Every now and again I might do a red, but I don't really do like purples or like hot pinks or anything. You know, I love those colors. Y'all know I'm not afraid of color. So maybe we'll do a nice like wine berry lip. That could be pretty. But then it has to match what I'm gonna wear. I have no idea what I'm wearing. Which makes me kind of want to do a nude lip. But then I kind of want to do something exciting. My lower lashes are really coming through for me right now. They're usually not this amazing and awesome looking. They're not this full looking usually. They look really good today. Tonight, I should say. All right, so like I said, last thing is lips. Let me get my bag of new lipsticks. All right, here's my bag of new lipsticks, and then I have some in my little makeup thing that my best friend Jackie gave to me. She doesn't really use it. Man, I kind of want to do something a little bit deeper, and I know that I'm gonna drink a margarita, so I kind of want to do a liquid lipstick. But I want to keep this drugstore, so I can't do Kat Von D. Let me just grab my lipstick container. Don't judge me. But my parents put all my lipsticks in this thing. Hopefully I can see that it's full. It's big. You can see this is a giant tray of lipsticks. My parents were like, we need these off of the floor. They came to visit my apartment while I was at a conference and like decorated, like put up curtains and hung up stuff. And like I was getting some furniture delivered that they had while they were living in Washington State, and I was still here in South Carolina, and they really like just went all out. All right, lipstick. I'm thinking a Milani lipstick. Maybe it's either gonna be Milani, Wet n Wild, or Black Radiance. Milani. Okay, we have one contestant. One contestant from Milani. There's like a specific shade that I'm envisioning in my mind, but I can't put my finger on it. I won't know it until I see it. I think I have it in my hand. So, the color I'm going to go for is Cabaret Blend by Milani. I kind of wanted a matte lip just because those don't transfer as much, but no, it's not sangria that I'm thinking of, but I'm pretty sure this is the color I'm thinking of in my mind that I want for tonight. Let's see how this looks. Kind of want something more on the pink side than this. Maybe it is in my nude bucket. So this is Milani Cabaret Blend, and I'm about to mix this with another lipstick that's a little bit more pink. So let me look inside of this. Y'all, I know this is a hot mess. I have so many lipsticks. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She's right there when I need her. So I'm going to mix in this NYX Intense Butter Gloss and Spice Cake with this lipstick to make it a little bit more pink. There we go. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Yeah, this is the color I'm thinking of, like a true berry color. I know I have a lipstick this color, but I don't know what it's called. And I know it's from Milani, but I can't remember what it's called. Is it Matte Flirty? I know I have one, but I kind of like in this little sheen, this little bit of gloss. All right, so that completes this look. You guys let me know what you think about this date night look. I think it came out really beautiful, and like I said, I'm loving this foundation. And this just shows you that you can slay for a bae on a budget, you know? So yeah, let me know what other videos you guys want to see. Let me know what other color combinations you want to see, if there's like certain brands you want me to feature or certain foundations you would like for me to wear. But again, yeah, let me know what you think about this look. I really am enjoying it and loving it, and I'm excited to put an outfit with this, and perfect timing because I have about 10 minutes to get dressed, get some gas, and head on down to Georgia, which I live right on the border. If you're wondering, like, why is this girl driving to Georgia? I live right on the border. All right, again, thank you for watching. I need to get dressed and go. I will see you guys in my next video. Again, I appreciate your support, and prayers and just well wishes. Yeah, love you guys. Bye, YouTube. Awkward.